morning, everyone, and welcome to the third day of GVSU Climate Change Education Solutions Summit. Thank you so much for participating for all 3 days. We have had some really great presentations on Tuesday and Wednesday. And today we have something very different for you. I have a really great pleasure to introduce today some examples of outstanding work of GVSU students. So I would like to introduce today 2 showcases, and we're going to start by Climate Sisu, introduced by Leah Anderson and Kristin Davis, who are here with me, and we will talk about Climate Sisu, the project that our team produced this summer, traveling in northern Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula and the northern part of the Lower Peninsula of Michigan, collecting video stories about climate resiliency. We know that climate change is a very, very serious issue, and sometimes it can be really overwhelming all the time thinking about impacts of climate change. We really wanted to produce the story about climate change adaptation and climate solutions and climate resiliency, and showcase those resilient communities that are not only fighting climate change, but also thriving as they are adapting to climate change. So we will talk about Climate Sisu, and then I would also introduce today some other climate work from GPY 101. Those of you who are from GVSU probably have used to the poster exhibit sustainability around the world in the past years. And now we're doing virtual exhibit sustainability around the world. But first of all, before talking about all this, I would like to introduce Kristin and Leah, who are here with me. And I would like to start by introducing Leah, who have been here really from the inception of GVSU Climate Change Education Solutions Summit. She is one of the founding members of GVSU CCESS. She was my very first intern together with Emily Boertner, both with geography and sustainable planning majors, and Leah was also majoring in environmental studies, and we are very, very proud of her because now she is a graduate student at the University of Denver. So Leah, the floor is yours.
Yep. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. My name is Leah Anderson, and it's true, I was one of the first interns way back in, I think it was 2018, like fall 2018. And I originally came on to help with the first ever summit. So it's really nice to be back for the fourth. And this summer, I was really grateful to be able to work on the Climate Sisu project. It really hits home for me because I was able to work in my hometown in Marquette on a project that is so meaningful to me. And now I'm in Denver pursuing my master's in environmental policy. And I'm so glad that I can be here virtually with everyone today to introduce Climate Sisu, which I will let Kristin talk more about.
And I also have a huge privilege to introduce Kristin, who is our GVSU student, and she is majoring in film and video. And she has done really tremendous work working not only on Climate Sisu, but pretty much all videos that you see, that you have been seeing recently on our website and YouTube channel. So she followed in the footsteps of Cody Tamavongsa. Cody, if you are on this call, thank you very much. You was our first video intern, and you have done fantastic work too. And so Kristin joined GVSU Climate Change Education Solution Network last year with an internship and as a research assistant through Michigan Space Grant. And she has been creating these wonderful highlights and 2-minute stories on climate change on YouTube and speaker series. So she has been really instrumental in converting those raw recordings that we are doing usually during this type of conference setup and producing very beautiful and well-polished videos. Then I use them by people all around the world on YouTube. So Kristin, thank you so much for being here, and please tell a little bit about yourself and also your work on Climate Sisu and perhaps some other projects that you are doing right now.
Yeah, thank you for the introduction. Yeah, as everyone says, I'm Kristin. I'm a film and video major. And coming into this program, I never like saw myself kind of doing a documentary like this. This is like the first like big documentary that I've done. And it was like a real privilege because out of everybody here, I don't have as much experience on climate change and everything like that. So being able to create a video and tell all of these like very important stories is like, it's been a real privilege because I've learned a lot myself, and it can like, I can see kind of the things that I can improve in my everyday life. And so that's kind of the big takeaway that I hope that everyone can see through this documentary. But yeah, it was really fun traveling around and, you know, recording everybody, meeting everybody, and seeing like the wealth of knowledge that so many people have and that they want to share.
Thank you so much. And so you will see today the preliminary version of Climate Sisu. This is about 37 minutes, right? 37-minute version of it. We are still adding a few more stories that we would like to show you by the end of the semester. So this is a preview. It looks, again, Kristin, you have done outstanding work. It looks very professional. It looks very, very finished. But we will tell you, you know, the truth that we are still continuing. So it's not yet ready to go. We are doing a 3-day preview. We will make this video available through our website till the end of the weekend. And please watch it with your friends. You are very welcome to show it to others. But we just wanted to let you know that this is not the final version. And although this is about 37 minutes, but you cannot imagine how many hours of Leah's work and Kristin's work and many other people's work and my work went into this summer. So we would never be able to do it, of course, without our sponsors and supporters. So I also wanted to say a huge thank you to Michigan Space Grant. So that was the major source of funding for us in producing this documentary. And we developed it specifically for Michigan Resources on Climate and Land Change Education Program, which is a teacher training program within Climate Change Education Solutions Network. We would also have for you separate stories. So each of these interviews that we have created in summer will be also available as a separate mini version, mini climate story that will be then linked to the lesson plan the teachers can take into their classroom and connect it either to science contact or humanities or social studies, and they will be aligned with Michigan education standards. But we have also created this broader picture. And you know how sometimes it's difficult not to fall in doom and gloom. You know, I constantly receive this question from my students, you know, how you can stay optimistic speaking about climate change. And I do feel very much optimistic because we do have so many solutions for climate change already. We just need to use them better. And of course, we also need to manage the symptoms of climate change that we are experiencing already. Just as we all manage sometimes various health issues, you know, we can choose falling in despair and dying, or we can live very healthy and productive lives and manage those symptoms and reduce them as much as possible. I have very similar vision of climate change as a planet, as a society. Sure, we are experiencing very serious illness, but we can manage the symptoms with all the tools and all the medication that we already have at our disposal. And so in Climate Sisu, we really wanted to focus on those solutions, and we wanted to show you really uplifting stories from the Leelanau Peninsula, from Glen Arbor, from the Sleeping Bear Dunes, which been voted the most beautiful place in the United States, from Satins Bay, from Marquette, from Traverse City. So I don't want to take too much of your time talking about the video because you would enjoy it much more watching it. But again, thank you for Michigan Space Grant for supporting this work. Thank you also for the Office of Undergraduate Research and Scholarship. That was very helpful for us to have your support and we appreciate your help, as well as Geography and Sustainable Planning Department. So you can find the link to the video at any time at our website. And again, I'm going to share it very quickly. So just over the link of the Zoominar, you would see the trailer, the 2-minute version, and then under the Zoominar link, you would also see the link to the full version, Climate Sisu Preview, October 13-16. So Sisu, of course, means resiliency. It's a movie of climate resiliency. Sisu has, it's a Finnish word, very commonly used in the Upper Peninsula. And we hope that you would enjoy the stories. I see a few questions that we are going to take in a few minutes. If you have questions to Leah and Kristin or to me, please send them through the Q&A. And I also want to introduce another series of optimistic stories about 80 presentations from GPY 101. This is a virtual exhibit, Sustainability Around the World. And this exhibit is going to be available only for 24 hours. So those are student presentations, final presentations in our 6-week 1-credit course, Sustainability Around the World, which is taken really by all majors. This is a geography course, but it's not necessarily for geography majors. This course is for everyone. It's essentially introduction into sustainable solutions. And Leah, I remember, I think you took this class as well, right? No?
I did. And
Yes,
this class is actually what inspired me to travel to Iceland to study renewable energy. So it's a good class.
Oh, how wonderful. Yes, I remember you had a great poster. So this time we are doing virtual posters so that we could share them not only with the immediate GVSU campus community, but also with all of you everywhere. And so those are 6-slide presentations. They're all in PDF format. Enjoy. They're available for your viewing. You can show them to your students, but just remember that they're available only for viewing and only for 24 hours. This is a property of GVSU students who have created this work. So with this, we're just going to take a couple of questions, and we can start the day with this beautiful video. We have a comment with Professor Ma. Leah, it's so great to see you, and look forward to your video, Professor Ma. And then Janet Strait is saying, Leah, so proud of you and the work you are doing. Great to see you involved in this project. And then Katie R is saying, to Kristin Davis, I know that you said you didn't have a lot of background in climate change when you began this documentary. What was something you learned over the course of this project that was the most surprising to you? Kristin, would you like to answer?
Yeah, I think the most surprising thing I would say is kind of the sustainability and resilience aspect to it, because I was with the crowd of people where I was being fed all the doom and gloom stuff, oh, the world's gonna end, we're having forest fires everywhere. But ever since being part of this, and then just talking more with Elena and Leah and everybody else, they've shared so much about how what we are doing to kind of to give back to the earth and to make a more have a more resilient and sustainable future. So I think that was really positive, and my mindset definitely has flipped.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kristin. Thank you, Leah. Thank you very much for our very supportive audience. I really appreciate that you found time to join us at 9 o'clock Thursday. So this is the last event of GVSU Climate Change Education Solutions Summit. Again, the video display is going to be available today, and enjoy Climate Sisu for the rest of the week. And we are also looking forward to share with you a longer version at the end of the semester.